Last night, a big night for Yangervis Solarte. Got his first home run of 2017. And how about Eric Aybar? 3 hits in last night's ballgame for Aybar. He was on base 4 times. It was all part of the Padres' 4-0 win in their first win of 2017. It's Game 3 of the 4-game series between the San Diego Padres and the LA Dodgers. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres baseball. Well, the first victory of the year last night for the Padres. A great night for Clayton Richard, and his defense behind him wasn't too shabby either.
What is the old adage? A ground ball, a double play is a pitcher's best friend. It was some kind of fun last night to watch Clayton Richard. Good location down plus sinker equals possible double play, and when you only give up the singles, that's exactly what happens. The infielders were busy, and they are A-OK with that. Fastball, 2-seamer, right here. Take it yourself. Why not? Why mess up the exchange? Oh, another sinker, grounder, shocker. Clayton Richard was on his game. Everything was breaking. The Dodgers could not square it. A couple of balls were squared up and hit right at players, but a great 8 innings from the veteran left-hander Clayton Richard last night.
Well, tonight, I'm very excited to see the debut for Trevor Cahill, the San Diego guy, who's now 3rd in the Padres rotation.
We're going to see more sinkers from the right-hander. We saw lefty Richards last night with the sinker. Well, same thing for the right-hander Trevor Cahill. Sinker, curveball, heavy. He'll mix in the changeup and the slider. And Andy Green said, you know what, in spring training, probably the best stuff we've seen of the 5 starters. And ground ball club. I'll tell you what, Don, I am ready. I am going to buckle in, hunker down, and hopefully see some, if they give up a walk, give up a single, always know that the double play is there if you make a good quality pitch.
Padres hoping the momentum can continue again tonight against the Dodgers. Coming up, 2-strike hitting has been paying off for the Padres. Bob Scanlon will explain when we return to Dodger Stadium. Only T-Mobile lets you stream, post, and share all things MLB. With T-Mobile One, unlimited data means unlimited baseball. By Petco, your complete pet store with all the nutrition, supplies, and services you need to support the health and well-being of your pet. And by Tough Turtle Turf, the industry's only lifetime turf. And by the all-new 2017 Subaru Impreza. Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 28 miles per gallon. More than a car, it's a Subaru. Back at Dodger Stadium, ready for Game 3 of the series. But first, let's set it down to field level and Bob Scanlon.
Hey, thanks, Don. You know, it was an exciting ball game for Clayton Richard yesterday, but really the tone of this game was set before he even got to the mound. Why? He had a 2-run lead. How did that come about? Some great two-strike hitting by the Padres, and it started off with the very first hitter of the game. Travis Jankowski falls behind in the count 0-2. What does he do? He works the walk. He gets the inning going. Then, 2 batters later, Will Myers falls behind 2 strikes. He works a 9-pitch at bat, ends up dunking this one into right field. That sets up a first and third situation. Eventually, Jankowski gets himself to third. Then now there's Ryan Schimpf. 2-strike situation. He doesn't give in. He hits it just enough to get it into the outfield. Sacrifice fly to the shortstop. Will Myers ends up scoring. All said and done, Maeda throws 29 pitches in the first inning. 12 of them were 2-strike offerings. The Padres did an amazing job of working him and putting the pressure on early. Al Zinder should be dang proud of his hitters. Is it going to be as easy tonight? Possibly not. Rich Hill, one of the best in the league last year, putting guys away with 2 strikes. So the Padres will have their work cut out for them, but they are certainly ready to go. Trevor Cahill will make his debut for his hometown team. Padres, Dodgers, coming up next on Fox Sports San Diego.
Performance by Clayton Richard as they shut out the Dodgers' potent lineup. In the air to right center field. Hernandez moving back. That ball is gone. Tonight, San Diego native Trevor Cahill is on the mound. And Yangervis Solarte and company are ready to break out the bats again for another Padres win. Welcome back inside Dodger Stadium, and it's time now for our weather report, brought to you by your always sunny San Diego Honda dealers. And good conditions again tonight here in Southern California. 70 degrees, southwest at 5 miles per hour breeze, and clear the forecast for the remainder of the night. Not a cloud in the sky as we get it started here tonight, as the Padres try to make it 2 in a row. As we check out Andy Green starting 9 tonight. Padres lineup is brought to you by Toyota. Manuel Margot leading it off and in center field. Will Myers, as he did on opening day, batting second. Yangervis Solarte at second base with Hunter Renfroe in right. Ryan Schimpf is at third base with Austin Hedges doing the catching. Eric Ibar, big night last night. 3 hits at short with Trevor Cahill, the pitcher. And Jankowski batting out of the 9 spot, as he also did on opening day. Rich Hill ready to work, and the first pitch of the ball game is in there for strike 1, and we're underway. Rich Hill with the Oakland A's and the Los Angeles Dodgers a year ago, and a successful return for him after several injuries over the course of his veteran career.
He was really good with Oakland, but he was awesome with the Dodgers, and boy did they need a shot in the arm, no pun intended. 2 and 4 seamer. He's got the curveball. You're going to see a lot of curveballs, almost 50%. He'll throw it any time, and he was clutch. Came up clutch for the Dodgers in 2016.
Between Oakland and Los Angeles, a total of 20 starts for the veteran.
37 years old, and he's still flipping it up there.
Go the check swing. Did he go? No. The check with David Rackley, first base umpire. 12-5 a year ago was Rich Hill. The numbers from Margot in his 10 games in the big leagues last year. His major league debut so far this year, 3 hits in 8 at bats. There's ball 4 and a good start. Good patience from Margot. Down to first base he goes. Well, defensively tonight behind Rich Hill, it's Andrew Tolzien left with Jock Peterson in center. Yasiel Puig around in right. Third to first, Justin Turner, Corey Seager at short with Logan Forsythe at second. Adrian Gonzalez at first, and Yasmani Grandal doing the catching. And of course, Adrian Gonzalez, a 4-time Gold Glove Award winner and former Padre.
Oh yeah, he can pick it.
Yes, he can.
Smooth too, makes it look easy.
Adrian was dropped in the lineup last night to 6th. Back at his more familiar spot tonight, batting in the cleanup spot for Dave Roberts. He did that with the lefty Clayton Richard on the mound last night. There's Will Myers batting second again tonight. Jumping on that first pitch.
Well, Rich Hill, kind of a high 3/4 arm delivery. We've seen fastballs, and how much does he love his curveball? He threw a 3-1 curveball to Margot to walk him. That just goes to show you how much confidence he's got in that pitch.
It is major league debut June 15th of 05 against the Florida Marlins as they were known then, as a member of the Chicago Cubs. Curveball for strike 2.
He's got the good follow through with the high leg kick. This is a sweeping breaking ball. Catches the inside corner, and then the high kick like a left footed field goal kicker.
It's quite the follow through.
Yeah.
He's on the extreme edge of the third base side of the rubber. Myers will foul it back. What kind of advantage do you get from being so far one side or the other?
It's a really good question, and I think a lot of guys should experiment with it because I'm a big firm believer of that. I think just moving to either side of that rubber, it creates a different angle. Like for this instance right now, where's he's faced, it's a straight line on the inside part to a right-handed hitter like Will Myers. Now, if he wants to go away, he's got a little bit of an angle to go away from Will Myers.
Myers fooled and he strikes out. When lunging after that, Hill gets him.
I've heard of even pitchers moving during the course of a game, according to the hitter on the rubber, as we take a look at the breaking ball, the curveball. There it is, the old sweeper. Off the plate, but too close to take.
I feel like guys are doing that more now than they did perhaps in your day. It seemed like you found a spot, that's where you would deliver from, but now guys are moving all over the place.
If that's one thing I could change and go back and do, that'd be it.
One out, Margot at first base, and Yangervis Solarte.
Plus, when he kind of throws across his body a little bit, so if he's over there at the third base line, he's going to land almost squarely to home plate, the middle. If you see where his landing area is, just a little bit off center towards first base. So it allows him to get that release point more towards the inside part of the plate, because if he moved all the way over and then throw across his body, it'd really be hard to get it into to a righty.
He's a guy that has totally reinvented himself a couple of different times. Coming back from Tommy John surgery. At one point, he was a submarine pitcher for a while, and that seemed to be more taxing on his arm and ended up injuring himself. So when he came back off the Tommy John surgery and went back to the more conventional delivery.
You see the landing area.
It's out there.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
It's a long stride.
Just missed. So a walk to Margot, strikeout for Myers. (12-5) a year ago between Oakland and Los Angeles. On the ground towards third. Turner, the second for one, to first for two. Around the horn they go. Double play for the Dodgers. They're coming up when we come back. In the bottom of the first, and a look at the National League Manager of the Year. Dave Robertson is starting 9 tonight. Andrew Tolles in left field. Corey Seager at shortstop. Justin Turner has played in every game so far at third base. Adrian Gonzalez back in the cleanup spot with Logan Forsythe at second. Jock Peterson had a big opening day in center field. Yasmani Grandal doing the catching, with Yasiel Puig dropping down to 8th in the Dodgers order, and Rich Hill, the pitcher, batting out of the 9th spot. Trevor Cahill on the mound tonight for the Padres.
Hey, big start for the San Diegan. 29 years old. He's sinker heavy. He also throws a changeup curveball. With the Chicago Cubs, he pitched really well. And that's one heck of an ERA. We mentioned in our open that he was just a victim of too many other good pitchers on the Cubs roster to not pitch in the postseason.
65 2/3 innings for the Cubs last year out of the pen, and those 50 appearances. Did have one start last year for the Cubs. Andrew Tolles in left field. Last year, 48 games, a .314 average.
We'll see if Trevor Cahill tonight, if he misses up with that fastball, the sinker, it's about making an adjustment that next pitch. Don't want to go 2-1. You'd rather go 1-2.
Good pitch, kind of biting down and in on him on the breaking ball.
Good curveball. Yacker, he got on top of it nicely. Watch the spin. Oh, it's almost like an abbreviated knuckle curve. He has that finger up on the ball just a little bit, and then the ball rolls over that middle finger. Get over that ball a little quicker rather than traveling over that index finger. Just up a little bit.
Fouled off to the left, out of play. That's pretty tight.
Good spin. And the more you spin the ball, the more action it's going to have.
Andrew Tolles with a couple of hits on opening day, 2 for 5. The early going this year. And a swing and a miss. Good start for Cahill. Strikes out the first Dodger that he faces. Striking out Tolles to get it started. Well, the Padres defensively tonight brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Jankowski, Margot, and Renfroe make up the outfield, with Schimpf and Ibar on the left side. Solarte so far really good at second base, making that transition from third to second. Myers at first, and Hedges doing the catching for Trevor Cahill.
Yeah, Solarte's been suave at segunda base.
Yes, he has. Big part of those double plays last night. This is to left, opposite field. That's going to get in. Jankowski can't run it down. It's by him. Seager to second base, and the National League Rookie of the Year has got himself a one-out double.
Well, 40 doubles helped this kid earn Rookie of the Year last year. So it's a two-seamer. What I mentioned, got to work down with the two-seamer. If it's up, it's flat a little bit. Corey Seager, he's got the foot down, and the higher near the eyes, the easier it is to track that ball and take it the other way and just off the glove of Travis.
Seager with a double, and he's done something that no Dodger did in last night's game. That's visit second base. Not one of them. So he is there with one out in the first inning, and it brings up Justin Turner. Off to a good start, 4 for 9. And a grounder foul.
Now, even though that was a foul ball, did you see the location of that two-seamer? Very tough for a hitter to turn that pitch around and keep it fair.
So the placement better to Turner than it was to Seager.
Absolutely. And the higher it is, the more it's going to flatten out, stay on the same plane. Easier for the hitter to make good, solid contact.
Turner signing back with the Dodgers, a 4-year contract to return. Batting in the 3 spot with Adrian Gonzalez waiting on deck. Since July of last year, he has feasted on Padres pitching, hitting at .316 against the Padres in the last 10 games in the season series. In the air, shallow right, ducks back Solarte. 2 down.
First baseman, number 23.
Sometimes when you throw the high sinker, you might get away with it. Remember, Andrew Toles led off the game. Watch the action. Now, Austin's set up inside, but watch. Even when you miss, if you've got a lot of action to it, that's swung out and miss. Good action to it. Sometimes you'll get away with it. He did not get away with it to Corey Seager, who deposited on the left field line for that double.
Didn't quite get the movement to Seager that he did in Toles. Well, 2 down and Seager in scoring position. Here's Adrian Gonzalez. We've seen him go the other way here quite a bit in this series so far, and to begin the season. Had 18 home runs last year. Off to a 2 for 5 start this year. And very good numbers again against the Padres starter, this time against Trevor Cahill. 400's pretty good.
And you get ahead of him, he'll chase. He'll chase the high fastball up and away. Nissan bringing you our Fox tracks, gives you a good look at the pitch and the location.
Goes the opposite way again towards the left field corner, and that's a fair ball. Seager's coming around from second as Gonzalez goes to second. Jumps up into the crowd. It's an RBI double, and the Dodgers strike first on top 1-0.
How easy and smooth did that swing look? He's always had a smooth swing. He wants it down and away. Is he having? Yep, up again. See that, Don? It's been 2 pitches, got hurt, up and away. And Adrian just gets that bat started, hits exactly where it's pitched. And just fair, bouncing in for the rule book double.
We're talking about how much he's been going the other way, and he does it again. Logan Forsythe now stands in, the former Padre. Well, look at ball 1. 83 miles an hour from Cahill. We get our first look here in the Padres uniform for Trevor Cahill, and he has surrendered a first inning run.
He's trying to make an adjustment. You know, he's missed earlier a couple batters ago and then yanked a sinker down, and he did the exact same thing there, it looked like. After missing high, trying to make an adjustment, and just yanked it down and away.
On the ground at third, and a half hop pick by Schimpf. Throw will get away. Off the glove of Myers, and here comes Gonzalez. 2-0 Dodgers. Not a good throw from third, but not a good catch at first base by Myers. And that was not pretty. 2-0 Dodgers. Should be out of the inning, Trevor Cahill.
Initially, I thought a very, very catchable ball for Wil Myers over at first base. Here's the look. First of all, great pitch. Two-seamer. Kind of throws off on the run. Oh my gosh, that can't happen. I mean, nobody feels worse than Wil Myers right now. He knows that that's got to be caught.
So the inning continues, and Cahill not out of it yet. Dodgers have jumped on top 2-0. Jock Peterson, a great first day on opening day, 5 RBI day, including the grand slam. Hit 25 home runs a year ago, and he'll take ball 1.
Well, now how many pitches? Hopefully very few pitches for Trevor Cahill after that error to get out of this inning and leave it just at that.
In the air foul. Error was charged to Wil Myers at first base.
Let's go back to that pitch. Watch down here. That ball sinking action right there. Our hitter really has no choice. And that's tough to elevate at 93. The downward action, he tops the ball and he got his ground ball. Just didn't make the play behind him.
So Forsythe at first, 2 runs in, 2 down, and Jock Peterson waiting on a 1-1. First check at first base. Peterson with a grand slam on opening day, 5 RBIs, and is 1 for 3. Part of the 14-run attack by the Dodgers on opening day here at Dodger Stadium. Check swing. Whoa. Did he go? Yes, he did, says Alfonso Marquez.
I was going to say, first of all, it looked like a pretty good pitch location-wise, but let's take a look from the side. Oh, absolutely. If he hits it, it's double. That's a good curveball. He's got a really good number 2 working tonight. From another one. Yes,
check swing, and he went again, I think. And he will start running towards first base. So got away from Hedges briefly, and he'll throw him out. It is a strikeout, a put out that goes 2-3. But the Dodgers get 2 in the first, lead it 2-0. Number 2. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, after the 4-0 victory, trying to keep the momentum going is number one. But hey, Cahill takes Hills Hill. See where I'm going there?
Yeah.
Cahill, U.S. Marshal, trying to take charge and trust the game plan. You know, last night Bob Scanlon did a nice piece before tonight's game regarding the 2-strike hitting and going the other way. And hopefully the Padres can stick to the same plan tonight against Rich Hill.
Well, Hunter Renfroe leading it off here for the Padres. Renfroe at .371 last year. 1 for 8 so far to begin this year with the Padres. On the ground, foul outside of third. Renfroe, Schimpf, and Hedges trying to answer a 2-run bottom of the first inning for LA.
Better get to Hill early. If he gets the feel for that number 2, he'll throw it any time. Because if he throws that ball in that little area, that curveball to the righties for a strike, it's very tough to make contact and keep it fair.
Breaking ball again, and Renfroe couldn't catch it. 2-2. Rich Hill walked the first batter of the game in Manuel Margot, but after the strikeout of Myers induced a double play by Yangervis Solarte and get out of that first inning unscathed.
You know, last year with Oakland, Rich Hill, if you were a pitcher and you had against righties, if you're Rich Hill, left-hander, and you're batting against righties or you're pitching against righties, their batting average is .202. That's pretty darn good, right?
Very good.
When he went to the Dodgers, 160. Now, bigger stage, bigger games. Could be the difference between Rich Hill and Oakland and LA last year. Different league. Any way you look at it, he turned it around and he was a shot in the arm for the Dodgers last year with all those injuries.
You guys love pitching at Oakland too because of all that foul ground.
Yeah.
The extra outs you get. Away, no, outside corner. Chad Fairchild brings him up. Just did grab the corner, I guess. That's strikeout number 2 for Rich Hill.
Number 11, Ryan Schimpf.
Tonight is Fernando Valenzuela replica jersey night, and his daughter threw out the first pitch here to Dad.
Oh, that's great. I love Fernando. He is fun to talk
tremendous.
to. And if you haven't seen the documentary on Fernando, it is just amazing.
Fernando Mania.
Oh, if you're a fan, you are going to love it.
We're broadcasting every day here, and great to see him every day while we're here. Curveball again. He's got it going. 0-2.
He's got the feel for it.
Ryan Schimpf 3 for 7 so far in the young season with a home run. That's the 20 home runs for Schimpf last year in 89 games. Pops it up, foul ground. Grandal discards the mask, has room, and makes the catch. 2 down. Fair amount of foul ground here back behind home plate. It's over towards the Padres side of things in the on-deck circle to handle out number 2.
And you know, before they added on those seats, they moved the dugouts out towards the playing field. There was even more foul. See this line right here? That used to be foul. This used to be foul territory.
That is gigantic.
It's humongous.
So 2 down brings up Austin Hedges. Still looking for his first hit of the year. 0 for 7 at the plate so far. Drops in there for a strike, 1-1. 14 starts for the A's last year, 9-3 with a nifty 2.25 ERA. Elevates and misses that time.
That's what makes the fastball a little sneaky. You're already seeing deuce, 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 and all of a sudden 89 four-seamer up in the zone. That, if it's in the right spot, that's tough to lay off.
Working the corners. Coming over on August the 1st, along with Josh Reddick from the Oakland A's. Hedges waiting on a 2-2. Ball 3. This follow through has been different all night. That was kind of a hop at the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a little sneaky peek. Hey, 3-2 curveball coming at you.
And it's grounded foul. At what rate would you guess Rich Hill using his curveball?
It's got to be 40 to 45%, I think. Maybe even more. Maybe close to 50%. Do I hear 55? About 55.
Change up a lot. 2 strike counts last year. Misses here and loses Hedges. Second walk allowed by Hill. This one comes with 2 outs here in the second inning. So Austin Hedges down to first base.
Shortstop number 8, Eric Ibar.
Big night last night for Eric Ibar in his second game in a Padres uniform. First multi-hit game of the season for him. Single and a pair of doubles. Also walked in the game on base 4 times.
Okay, I'm no hitting guru, but I got a question for you. If there's a pitcher out there like Rich Hill throwing 50-50 curveball, fastball, why can't you sit curveball? You can, right?
You would think.
But the majority of hitters will say, okay, you look for the fastball, you adjust to the breaking ball. I contend that if he's throwing even 48%, 45, I'm sitting. If he's throwing it for a strike that can be hit, I'm gonna spit on the fastball and wait for the curveball. Here comes another curveball.
Ibar jumping at it. Rick Ibar, 13 season major league veteran.
31 pitches, 19 curves for Rich Hill. Might want to chalk on another one here.
I'm not really good at math, but that's better than 50%, I think.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Fastball away.
Yeah, back to the gas here. 2-1. And it's on the ground to Seager at short. He'll go the easy way to second. The force out of Hedges. Inning and a half done. 2-0 LA. bottom of the second inning, and it's great to have with us tomorrow's starter Jered Weaver joining us. Jered, how you doing?
I'm good, guys. How you guys doing?
Very well. Well, coming in here to Dodger Stadium tomorrow, your thoughts on what's in front of you?
Obviously a tough lineup and a great atmosphere to, go out there and try to throw up some zeros and, try to feed off of what Clayton did yesterday. That was a tremendous job. And, as a staff, that's what we got to do is kind of have that, competitive spirit, trying to outdo the next guy and something to feed off.
Jered, tremendous numbers against the Dodgers in your career. And talk about venues, Dodger Stadium, and, of course, being from Southern California. Is this one of your favorite places to twirl?
Yeah, it's always a special place to come play. I grew up coming to games here and was a Dodger fan. I grew up about 30, 40 minutes away from here. And always knowing that friends and family are in the stadium checking it out is a pretty cool feeling.
Seemed very important to you, and you signed with the Padres to stay in Southern California.
Yeah, it was an easy transition for my family. Had some other offers, but the chance to stay local. And my wife's from Northern California, and all her family is Giants fans. I hate to say it, but they'll have a chance to come check me out, and obviously coming here a couple of times. My family will be able to come check it out as well. And it's an easy train ride for the parents to come down and check some games out at Petco.
Jered, how quickly did you get on the same page or get to know Austin Hedges, knowing that he was going to be behind the plate?
Well, I've known Austin for a little bit, working out with him in the offseason a couple times, and it's kind of cool to see where he is today and how far he's come, and obviously does really well behind the plate. And this last start that I had with him, we kind of got on the same page there towards the end of the game, and that was a pretty cool feeling. Obviously, when you have that connection with a catcher, that's huge.
Well, Clayton Richard outstanding last night. What did you see from him that was so good?
A lot of ground balls. That's the first time I've really seen Clayton pitch live. I didn't get a chance to see him too much in spring, and obviously him spending most of the time in the National League, me being from the American League all those years, we don't really, watch the National League too much. So to see him do that and have a tremendous outing against a great lineup was pretty cool.
Okay, what kind of a guy is Jered Weaver in the clubhouse? You like to bust some chains down there? You like to get on the rookies? What do you like down there?
Well, there's too many rookies to get on in here. It's kind of tough. You got to pick and choose your battles. But I'm a laid-back guy, man. I like to joke around and have fun and spit some knowledge out on occasion. And but when I get out on the mound, it's kind of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, I guess, type thing. I'm a competitor and want to go out there and try to help the team win.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and I know you are as well. Welcome to the Padres. We look forward to watching you pitch all season long, and thanks for joining us.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jered.
You got it.
Jered Weaver joining us here from Dodger Stadium with 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. And Rich Hill, pitcher batting. That'll be foul just outside of third base. Matched up against Brandon McCarthy tomorrow as we play day baseball in the finale of this 4-game series in LA. Framed there by Hedges. Cahill thought he had it, took a step towards the dugout, but called the ball.
So Cahill trying to give Hill a taste of his own medicine with that curveball from the right-hander.
Oh, look out, and Rich Hill gets hit on the hand, right hand, as he makes his way down to first base. His manager and trainer are quickly out there to check on the pitcher.
There's been about 3 times tonight early on where Trevor has tried to yank a 2-seamer to the right-hander, almost spiking it down and away. He wants this one in and just kind of holds on to it a little bit too long. It's up, and Rich Hill just doesn't get his hand out of the way. Going to pull those hands in a little bit more. He kept him out there. Got him on the hand. That's got to hurt.
Says he's all right as Dave Roberts will make his way back to the dugout. And the Dodgers, fortunate, didn't get the left hand, that's for sure.
I mean, anytime you hit, the top hand, the knuckle, the finger, you're always holding your breath because not a lot of meat right there. But he got a smile on his face, and he's okay.
So 2 down. Dodgers have a base runner, and Andrew Toll stands in. His second at bat against Trevor Cahill. Struck out swinging in the first. And a grounder to Myers. Able to pick it on the backhand, tag the bag, and end the inning. It's 2-0 Dodgers through 2 from Dodger Stadium. The third inning, our Ram Trucks tools of the trade focuses on the arsenal of Rich Hill.
We're going to look inside the toolbox of the left-hander, his repertoire, and the four-seam fastball up, right? We've seen a lot of curveballs tonight. There's another four-seam. It's almost as if the curveball sets up the fastball, right? Because he throws a lot of curveballs. Curveball, curveball, curveball. More curveballs than fastballs tonight. So that 89, 90-mile-an-hour fastball almost looks like it's 99 after seeing the curveball quite a bit.
And look at the exact breakdown for him.
You look at it.
12 fastballs, 20 curveballs, and the 1 changeup. Be interesting to see if he changes his pitch selection second time through the order. First, he's got to face 8-9 before getting back to 1 here in the top of the third inning. And the pitcher, Cahill, with a 1-hopper to the backhand of Seager for the first out of the third inning. 1 pitch and 1 out for Hill. Second time we've seen Andy Green, the Padres manager, align his lineup to have the pitcher bat in the 8 spot. Did it on opening day. Here is Travis Jankowski, who on opening day batted 9th. So the speed at the bottom of the order, speed at the top of the order, and Manuel Margot.
Bookends, leadoff guys. That's the way I look at it. First and 9th, speed, bookends. Margot, Jankowski.
Margot walked in the first inning. Another curveball, and that one's in there for a strike. Jankowski looking back to Chad Fairchild, home plate umpire tonight, calling the balls and strikes.
The 90-mile-an-hour cheese. Would that be educated cheese?
I would say so. At
Yeah.
37 years of age, that would fall under the educated cheese category. Got to go back out there again. And it evens at 2-2. Jankowski 1 for 7 so far in the young season. Started every game so far in left field for the Padres. on the corner, and Jankowski strikes out. Third strikeout for Rich Hill, 2 down. Bob Scanlon, a good start tonight for Rich Hill.
Boy, this has been really interesting to watch. You know, traditionally pitchers try to keep that curveball down. In fact, if you look at the numbers on a pitcher like Clayton Kershaw, for example, 75 to 80% of his curveballs are thrown down in the zone. That's the traditional way to do it. The exact opposite for Rich Hill. Over 50% of his curveballs are thrown in the upper part of the strike zone. And how does he complement it? Well, Mark Grant was talking about it just a moment ago, that four-seam fastball. How does he get away with it? He's got great spin rate. He's got the top 2 or 3 spin rates on that breaking ball in all of Major League Baseball. So it's not conventional, but he's making it work by surviving up in the zone.
Well, 2 down here dealing with Manuel Margot. And Bob, we talked a lot about spin rate in the four-seam fastball, and spin rate here on the curveball, very good for Rich Hill, as you mentioned.
I'm a big fan of the spin rate. Always have been. We had a nice discussion, you, me, and Bob, in spring training, remember?
Yeah, because there are people that are not a fan of the spin rate. And how do you explain how it helps you? And that's one thing that we were talking about.
It stays more true through the zone.
More rotations.
Yes. More swings and misses, fewer hard hit balls. If that makes sense. Launch angle, not a fan.
Scan for Hill. It's all about the curveball rotations, as you were talking about.
Well, yeah, he gets amazing rotation on that breaking ball, and it sets it up with that fastball upstairs. But to me, when I watch him, you know who he reminds me of really is Tyson Ross. Remember how Tyson used to have such great command of that slider of his? And it begs the question, well, why don't you just try to sit on it and hit that slider? You can't. Guys don't pick it up. It's the same with this breaking ball. Very difficult just to sit on it, even though that you know that it's coming, because it has such break, and he does such a nice job of setting up with that heater upstairs.
Another strikeout for Rich Hill. A 1-2-3 inning, 4 Ks in all for Rich Hill. 2-0 Dodgers.
Right, future Padres debuts tonight after Padres Live right here on Fox Sports San Diego. It's going to be great. Good stuff.
We head to the last half of the third inning, and it is the Rookie of the Year from last year, Corey Seager. A double in the first, came around to score the Dodgers' first run of the night. 3 for 10 so far in the series, and the Padres into the shift. So he dances out of the way. Cahill gave up the 2 runs in the first inning. One of the two is earned, and see where Seager's hits went last year.
That's using the big part of the field. You know, that's a pretty darn good chart.
Well, I ask you then, looking at that, I mean, why would you shift against him if he's going to go all over?
That's a good point. That's a very good point, and I can't answer that. I'm not that baseball smart.
A double his first time up, and that went to the left.
But it's a very valid point. Now that's every ball hit. That's grounders, fly balls. That's every ball put in play.
We were looking at just the hits. Swing and a miss. Not going to hit that. Cahill on the change strikes him out. That's 3 strikeouts for Trevor Cahill.
Good changeup. Really good changeup. The bottom just dropped out. You can see the grip in the glove. The circle change. Stay on top of it. Throw it hard like a fastball. Yeah, it'll bring it to your knee. And watch the glove of Austin Hedges. That's exactly where that pitch ends up. Well below the knees. Can't get hurt down there.
So 1 out here in the 3rd inning, and here is Justin Turner, popped out to Solarte at second base, first time up.
Well, Trevor still looks like he's having a little difficulty getting the fastball, the 2-seamer, on the glove side. That's away to the righties. There's a good one, but he missed just a little bit.
Cahill thought he had it. He has been unhappy a few times with Fairchild in the game tonight. Good pitch, and Turner up over the top of it. The changeup has been working.
If he gets the feel of that changeup like Rich Hill has got with that curveball, hopefully he can hold the Dodgers to 2. Padres score some runs. Here comes another changeup.
Line down the left field line, foul. But ahead of that changeup was Justin Turner. .50 appearances a year ago for Cahill, 1 start. And the nifty 2.74 earned run average out of the Cubs pen a year ago. And one of the guys who used spring training really to stretch it out, getting used to being a starter again. And I think Hedges going back and forth here, so Hedges is going to head out.
We didn't see any of that last night. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You want to do this so you're on the same page, obviously.
You talked a little bit about it to Jared Weaver. I mean, I imagine this is very difficult for Hedges here, being such a young catcher and dealing with a lot of these veteran pitchers that the Padres have.
And I'm sure it's a crash course because they want to get ready for each and every start. It started in spring training, maybe even before spring training.
Turner to left. Jankowski has room and makes the catch for out number 2. Second time Turner has been retired on a fly ball. Here comes Adrian Gonzalez.
Left-handed batters tonight have missed on 8 of 18 swings. That's the 2-seamer. That's the changeup working. It's a swing and miss pitch. The curveball as well. He threw some curveballs tonight. A little breaking ball there.
Well, Adrian with a double came around to score the second Dodgers run in the first inning.
Wow, where'd that miss?
Cahill has had a few of those where he kind of just peers back in, and home plate umpire Chad Fairchild. Gonzalez so far 2 for 5. Thought about it, laid off. It takes ball 4. So that is the first walk given up by Cahill, and it comes here with 2 outs. Last inning with 2 outs, he hit Rich Hill.
Logan Forsythe.
So the inning extended here, and now he's going to deal with Logan Forsythe. Outfield about straight away here for Forsythe as he stands in.
Huge gap in left center field. Now Travis Jankowski is starting to take about 2 or 3 steps to his left, but still huge gap.
Forsythe reaching on the error committed by Will Myers in the first. Now Gonzalez come around and score the second Dodgers run.
So with the positioning, we talk about it all the time. Balls that are up in the zone, Logan Forsythe has a tendency to drive it to center field and maybe the opposite way. Balls that are down in the zone, he'll pull. That's why the 3 infielders on the left side, bing, bang, boom, for Trevor Cahill.
Struck out Seager, got Turner to fly out to left. He walked Gonzalez. Now ahead of Forsythe 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Cahill able to strike out Forsythe. His 4th K ends the 3rd inning. Dodgers on top by 2. Tonight's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. In 2014 through 2016, how about Rich Hill? Lowest starter ERA, only behind Clayton Kershaw. That's a pretty good list to be on.
No, that's a cold hard fact. And the one thing that really sticks out to me is, Clayton Kershaw. Guy's on his way to the Hall of Fame. I mean, my goodness. Each of the 8 past years, his career ERA has gone down, 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 down. And Rich Hill, boy, when it was crunch time, he came through. Look out, hockey suit.
Right back where it came from, back up the middle into center field, and Will Myers gets his first hit of the night. Good start to the 4th inning for the Padres. Watch your face.
Look out. That ball actually had good top spin on it. Rich Hill is lucky that he did not get that pitching hand. Let's see this. Oh, lucky for him.
That is the first hit of the night for the Padres. And boy, was it. Well, grab your attention. Here's Yangervis Solarte. Back to the breaking ball. And that's a strike. Bounced into the 5-4-3 double play in the first inning. 0 for 1. Sounded like a broken bat was. Foul down the right field line. Yangervis Solarte likes playing at Dodger Stadium. The last 9 games at LA. The .324 average, 4 home runs, including 1 last night, and 10 runs batted in for Solarte. He likes it here a lot, and that was the home run last night.
Hey, there are venues that pitchers love to throw at. There are venues where hitters love to hit. And Don, you know what? From an announcer standpoint, there are stadiums where we love to announce from.
There are,
and I don't say that joking. There are places where we really dislike.
There are better booths than other booths in Major League Baseball. Better scenery from where you are as far as sight lines. Not necessarily the scenery. The scenery is generally the same. It's baseball. But the sight lines, like for instance, Washington, like on the 10th floor.
Horrible.
Pittsburgh's pretty high. This is pretty good here at Dodger Stadium. Not bad at all.
This is nice. So do you think that at the better ballparks, like especially Petco Park, fewer mistakes?
Right. Better sight lines, better booth, better broadcast. Thought about it, takes it, and it's a ball. Rich Hill wanted it.
Well, rather than trying to be the hero with one swing, I think something is evident for these Padres offense is that station, if you play station to station, that's okay. There's nobody out running on first. A little duck snort to the right side with that big hole would be nice, first and second. And then maybe with one swing, a double to get on the board, but just don't try to do it all at once.
Fly ball, center field. Jock Peterson out there for the first out here of the 4th inning.
I think that was a mistake right there. Very frustrating for any hitter when you get that cookie right down the middle and you can't crush it. It's worth another look. Let's see what he had. Oh, he was out in front of a little bit. You see that his body was out in front a little bit, and then kind of almost like a 2-part swing. Lost all the oomph in that swing. Worked underneath it.
Very frustrating end to that at bat for Yangervis Solarte. And here's Hunter Renfroe. Kind of a start and stop for Myers at first. Kind of an odd secondary lead over there, like he was going. And then kind of changed his mind as Renfroe takes ball 1.
Back. That's from the days on the bench not pitching. Being in the game. Watching the pitcher. Trying to pick something up. Hey, there's been times when I've been on the bench. Like my big thing when I was on the bench not playing. For some reason, I always watch the runners always touch the base.
There goes Myers, and here's a grounder foul. A little hit and run, and Myers goes diving into second base head first, but a foul ball.
I have to say I'm not a fan of the head first slide. He will stay in there. He's saying, I'm going to stay. Hey, I've seen players, infielders, when it's a live ball, say, hey, dude, it was a foul ball. Go back. And get caught and get tagged.
Well, until he heard it from somebody official, he was staying at second base.
And that would be the umpire, right?
That would be unofficial, yeah. So if I have this right, when you were on the bench, you would watch guys touch bases. Did you ever have a situation where a guy missed a base and then you came running out of the dugout to tell somebody?
No, I wouldn't run out of the dugout, but I'd make note to the coach or a manager. It happened like in high school and stuff like that. I can't recall it ever happened in the big leagues, but it was just something. Everybody has their own little quirks and stuff. That's one thing that I tend to always watch to make sure that the runner touches the bag. Umpires have that responsibility too, so they're pretty much on it all the time.
Myers with a good sized lead again over at first.
Back.
Hill noticed and checks on him.
Not really the best move from Rich Hill.
Kind of slow and developing. But he's so big and tall. kind of goes over their sidearm and submarine like he used to throw.
Yeah.
And Hoffman in the thereabouts region of that third base coach's box, one of the new rules. He's around there somewhere. Ball 3.
But you know what, though? I think coaches do that just because, Hunter Renfroe being the strong kid, he gets out in front of one.
Yeah, watch your chicklets.
Yeah. Glenn Hoffman's got to be aware of a ball smoked down that way. Foul.
Runner goes, and they will get Myers at second base. He was guessing on the move of Rich Hill, and he guessed wrong.
Well, that's the chance you take, because with the left-hander, if you wait until you go to the plate, there's no way. There's just not enough time to steal a base. And that's the right thing to do. I mean, there's one of two things you could do. Stop and get caught in a pickle, but Will Myers elects. Now, are they going to challenge this or take a look at it? Watch his right hand. Does he get in? He pulls his left hand back and then on the bag. Kind of tough to tell there.
Apparently no challenge here. Andy Green has it 30 seconds and not going to challenge. But you're right. It did look like he pulled that arm back.
Yeah.
In the air to left field. Struck pretty well. Andrew Toll's going back onto the track in front of the wall, and that ball is gone. Home run for Hunter Renfroe, his first of 2017. Padres have cut the Dodgers lead in half. It's now 2-1. That really highlights the caught stealing of Will Myers. Padres could have tied this game, but as it is, a home run for Hunter Renfroe.
I'll tell you, that launch angle's got to be about 31%. 31. Take a look. It's a curveball, and he waited on it. Inner half. Boy, he got underneath it. That ball was way up there. They made it out by, 3-4 rows in the pavilion?
Well, 4 of them last year for the Padres, his first of this season.
I'm guessing like 31% of the launch angle. 31 degrees. And don't even get me started on the velocity exit.
Yeah, what do you think the
exit velocity
was?
whatever it's called.
I'm going to say 110.
You know what? As a pitcher, I don't care because it's gone.
Can you imagine if you gave up a blast and somebody asked you, what do you think the exit velocity on that was?
Yeah.
Sure, you'd really appreciate it. Now Ryan Schimpf has already got a home run this season. Did that on opening day, one of the bright spots on opening day. 3 hits so far in the season, 3 for 8. Schimpf chases after that and strikes out. 5 Ks for Hill, but Padres are on the board thanks to a home run by Hunter Renfroe. His first home run of 2017 has cut the lead in half. It's 2-1 LA. All right, thanks very much, Mike and Mark, as we venture into the bottom of the 4th inning. Dodgers have a 2-1 lead, but the Padres have made some noise on a home run by Hunter Renfroe. Jock Peterson leading it off here in the 4th inning.
He's trying to bunt something down that third base line where there's all that real estate. Trying to get a runner aboard right down that area.
Cahill up over 50 pitches at 51, facing his first batter here, the 4th inning. One showing again, and again he lays off. 3-1. Padres have been shifting with Schimpf on the right side of the infield. Only Ibar left on the left side. And again he'll show bunt, and this time he'll take ball 4. Second walk allowed by Cahill starts this bottom of the 4th inning.
Number 9, Yasmani Grandal.
Well, good double play candidate right here if you get him to hit it on the ground.
Yasmani Grandal flied out to right field in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. 2 home runs already on the year against the Padres for Grandal, who had 6 last year against the Padres, his former team. Padres are shifting on Grandal on the right side, but they keep it tight to the infield with the double play implications in place.
And just like that, Austin Hedges is noticing something because Trevor Cahill still, I mean, it's 2-1. We got ourselves a one heck of a ball game here. He still hasn't found that feel for that 2-seamer. Because when he gets on with that, it could be a devastating pitch and get his ground ball when needed. But still, the struggle is there to try to find that release point to make that an effective pitch. Hey, you're not going to have your best stuff, your best location each and every night. You got to battle. Here comes another 2-seamer down and away.
Popped up, foul ground. That'll get out of play. Jock Peterson at first base with nobody out here in the 4th inning. Yasmani Grandal. Outfield about straight away, even though they're shifting in the infield right now. And the bunt bid is fouled off.
Talked about the arsenal of Trevor Cahill. We know about the sinker, kind of struggle a little bit, but stay on top of the ball, you get that action down and into the righty. We talked about the changeup grip. Now the curveball. From the center field camera, you can peek inside of his glove. Traditionally, a curveball, you know, both fingers on the ball like that, get that 12-6 rotation. Trevor Cahill's got a little bit of that spike curveball with his index finger. You can see inside his glove. In fact, he might throw one right here. Let's take a look at this, the old number 2. See how that finger spiked a little bit? Oh, the yacker.
Knocked down there by Hedges. Never seen you so excited over seeing the yacker. But you called it, so.
Well, here it is. See inside the glove, that index finger is spiked a little bit. You can see there it is, just a little bit to get up and over that middle finger.
On the ground right side, in the shift and the double play. First of the night turned by the Padres after 4 of them last night.
Number 66.
This one will go 5-6 to 3 on the twin killing.
Now that was the changeup from Trevor Cahill. And a fastball count, any fastball situation, sometimes the changeup will do just fine. It looks like a fastball, but there's a lot taken off. It's same mechanics, same arm speed, and there it is. Looks like a pump, feels like a sneaker. And the double play, very nice.
Yasiel Puig sliding down in the order to 8th for Dave Roberts in the game tonight.
Changeup's one of my favorite pitches. I love it.
Did you like throwing it as well?
Yes, because like I said, it looks like a fastball, but it's not. You take a foot and a half, maybe 2 feet off. You get that hitter that's way out in front of it. They think it's a fastball. Next thing you know, they've committed. They can't hold back.
Puig didn't think so. Down 1-2.
You know, I think if you can get Yasiel Puig upset at one pitch during an at-bat, you've got him.
In the air to deep left field, down towards the pole. Will it stay fair? Yes, it will. Home run for Yasiel Puig, and the Dodgers have a 3-1 lead. Puig was frustrated on strike 2, but turns around and hits a home run.
It's like a high changeup. See how far in front it was of it, but he's so big and strong. He got that bat going, got on the right part of the bat, sent it on its way. And that hurts. 1-2. A 1-2 pitch for the home run.
Mitchell, who had shown bunt the first time, now fouls it off down the left field line.
Hey, the silver lining is that double play ball. It's a solo shot.
Hill to swing and a miss. Kind of a defensive swing there, and he strikes out to end the inning. Home run for Yasiel Puig. Dodgers on top 3-1. One Casino. Play, win together in the heart of San Diego. By Honda. Hurry into the Honda Dream Garage sales event today. And by Jack in the Box, introducing the new Brunch Fest menu. It's brunch time anytime at Jack in the Box. Hunter Renfroe has the Padres on the board, but the Dodgers have answered with a home run of their own from Yasiel Puig, and they have regained their 2-run advantage. LA on top 3-1. Austin Hedges leading it off for the Padres, taking a hack at that first pitch, fouling it off. His second look tonight at Rich Hill. Hedges walked in the second. One of 2 walks allowed by Hill, who has struck out 5 Padres through the first 4 innings.
How about this being the inning where the Padres have multiple base runners? Put a little pressure on the Dodgers and Rich Hill. Had a textersation with Tony Gwynn Jr. recently, and he said Rich Hill likes to call it shaping the curveball because he does it from different arm angles. So he's not just flipping it up there, he's shaping it. I thought that was quite interesting. And if you throw it correctly, you shouldn't hurt your arm, because it's just a matter of the turn of the wrist and throwing just like your fastball. You're not twisting your wrist or twisting your elbow. It's just a turn of the hand, and it's a different release from your hand. The arm, the elbow shouldn't feel any strain if you throw that curveball correctly. Now the slider's a different story.
To short, Seager. 1 down. Hedges retired 6-3.
Number 8, Eric Ibar.
I remember as a kid, a lot of times you hear you really don't want to be throwing curveballs as a kid.
Right.
Just because I guess they don't know how to, for the most part, correctly without hurting yourself.
Throw a fastball this way, right? Correct way to throw a curveball, just turn it like this. You're going like this, like you're pounding a hammer. When kids get in trouble, they start doing this. They work around it, and that's when the elbow starts barking.
You can hurt yourself in a
get
hurry.
in trouble. So if you throw it correctly, it's like you're pounding a nail with a hammer. That's the correct way. Scraping the knuckles on the ceiling for the curveball. Right?
Pulling the shade down.
Oh,
I like that one.
I like that one. That's old school. That's like late 60s, early 70s.
That's when I was born.
You just snorted.
It's just low inside.
Yeah, pulling the shade. That's one of the terms that one of my coaches told me when I was like in Pony League.
Mine too. The difference was I couldn't throw 97 miles an hour, and you could, apparently.
Didn't know where it was going, though.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Eric Ibar, 3-hit night last night, on base 4 times. Getting his second look at Rich Hill. With 1 out here in the 5th inning.
Now at the count 2-1, we just saw Corey Seager cheat about 3 or 4 steps to his right on the infield. Now with 2 strikes, let's see if he goes more towards the middle of the diamond. So that with each count could be, it's an aggressive count, right? A fastball count. Seager was over here just a couple pitches ago. Now with the count 2 strikes on him, he's more towards the center of the diamond.
Coming out of his delivery there a little bit. And a full count now. Ibar bats now. Cahill waiting on deck. Padres starting pitcher batting out of the 8th spot. And Ibar works a 1-out walk, 3rd walk given up by Hill.
Pitcher number 38, Trevor Cahill.
Trevor Cahill coming up. Dave Roberts letting him know a bunt coming in your direction. He gets his defense aligned here, and Adrian Gonzalez has come over to talk to Rich Hill. The catcher Grandal headed out to talk to Hill as well, now coming back.
Yeah, with the runner on first base, you want to bunt that ball down the first base line because the third baseman is going to be crashing in here. Sure, Adrian Gonzalez will too, but he is holding on the runner here. This guy over here is going to get a head start in that way. Oh, he's hacking.
Showed bunt, pulled it back, but took the strike on the breaking ball. Long look down to Glenn Hoffman in the third base coach's box.
Nothing wrong with the Baltimore chop or the Butcher Boy. Show bunt, pull back, swing. Make sure you hit it on the ground, though.
Bunts it foul. Tries to bunt here with 2 strikes on it. Gonzalez holding on Ibar, but then he'll be charging. He is squaring here, down 0-2. Throw to first. Dodgers kind of looking to see what he was going to do. Drops it down, a fair ball, and the sacrifice. Gonzalez applies the tag himself. As taking second base is Ibar, 3 unassisted on the sacrifice. Closed captioning brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. Dahl out to talk to Hill as they get ready to deal with Travis Jankowski. With a runner now in scoring position and 2 down here in the 5th inning. Starts him with a curveball for strike 1. Chill up to 73 pitches through 4 2/3 innings.
Oh, there's the arm angle.
Drop down again.
Shaping that curveball. And he's used to that, as you mentioned earlier, Don, right? Earlier in his career. Going a little bit more Laredo. See the front hip, the front shoulder of Travis Jankowski being exposed, opening up too soon.
I would think so tough in a lefty-lefty matchup when he does that.
It's got to be.
Jankowski hits a fly ball to short left field. Andrew Toles ends the 5th inning. Padres leave a runner on and trail the Dodgers 3-1 halfway through this one. The Padres score 5 or more runs, get 50% off any regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. Enter promo code Padres5. Well, trailing 3-1 right now as Trevor Cahill back on the hill, ready for the bottom of the 5th inning. 65 pitches through the first 4 for him. A pretty good pitch called low, apparently.
He's getting squeezed a little bit.
Feels that way. Top of the Dodgers order, starting it here in the 5th. Seager and Turner to follow. And that's a strike to even the count of 1-1.
Now that's a two-seamer. He needs to get that feel. 4. Got a game break coming up. Cleveland at Texas. Stay tuned for that one. I smell an exciting finish deep in the heart of Texas.
Two teams expected to do some big things this year. Missing down again. Falling behind 3-1.
This is where you need that feel for that good two-seam fastball, pounded down and away.
Loses Toles aboard here. 3rd walk allowed by Cahill.
Shortstop, Corey Seager.
Corey Seager coming up, a 1 for 2 night for the Dodgers shortstop. He has doubled and struck out swinging. Again, the Padres are going to shift on the right side, but again, they'll keep it in the infield with the double play possibilities. Notice Trevor Cahill stretching out his back a lot tonight in this game, and he just did it again. Snap throw to first, and back on the bag safely is Toles.
Boy, how quick was Austin Hedges on that? You've got the front door closed, that being the left-handed hitter Corey Seager. As soon as the pitch is thrown, secondary lead. Will Myers, now this is where he goes to the back door, but Toles dives towards the outfield side of first base to get back safely. But Austin was very quick, like a cat.
Cahill last year working out of the pen and 50 overall appearances for the Cubs at 2.74 earned run average. And charged with 3 runs tonight, 2 of them earned. And that'll drop in for a strike over the outside corner, 1-2. Lead runner on for the Dodgers here in the 5th, and a check over at first base, but Myers coming off the bag to retrieve that throw from Trevor Cahill. Padres in this shift alignment have already turned to double play. Did that last inning, and they're trying to do it again here. And a swing and a miss instead. That'll work. Strikes out Seager. 6 strikeouts for Trevor Cahill, and first out here in the 5th inning.
Justin Turner.
Got him with the knuckle curveball. And that's a big out. A ground ball here. A common theme in this series so far, as he punches out 6 so far, is the double play ball. Playing him to pull on the infield.
1 out, 1 on, and Turner has popped out to second, flied out to left. Part of the order here for the Dodgers. Just struck out Seager. Now you deal with Turner and Adrian Gonzalez. Cahill here working in the 5th inning. For the ball game, Andy Green said he would very much like to get Ryan Buchter into a game, and likely will tonight. So Bauer could perhaps wait a day depending upon what happens here, and could go tomorrow.
Yeah, you can do all the throwing you want on the side in the bullpen. It's just not the same as getting in the game. You got to get those juices flowing, the adrenaline pumping. He wants to bounce it down and away.
Popped up, foul ground. That'll get back into the seats.
You know, Austin Hedges does such a good job of coaching the pitchers when they're out there. I've always loved an animated catcher to where if he calls for the curveball, yeah, pat the glove on the ground, down and away where you want it. If you want the four-seam fastball up, get it up around the chin. Over-exaggerate your target. That helps some pitchers. See how low the glove is?
On the ground and through the left side into left field. Toles to second on the base hit by Justin Turner.
That looked like a hanging changeup there. Well, the bad news is, yes, it is a changeup. Right over the heart of the plate. The bad news is it's a base knock. The good news, station to station, the double play is still in order.
Now you got to deal with Adrian Gonzalez as Cahill off the backside of the hill. Gonzalez with a double in the first. He walked in the third, been aboard twice. Toles at second, Turner at first.
Oh,
not missing by a lot. 2-0. Spirals off the backside, no throw, nobody cheating in. Toles did return to the bag at second. See how much this missed if it did miss. A little bit low.
All right, I stand corrected. I'll admit when I'm wrong.
Three 3-0.
Gotta be careful here. Might be hacking. Just don't lay it in there.
Takes the strike, and it's 3-1. Mentioned Adrian has already walked in the game tonight.
Change up.
In the air to right. Renfroe going back towards the track, and he'll make the catch in front of the wall. Toles tags and goes to third on the long fly out to deep right. 2 outs, and now first and third for the Dodgers, and Gonzalez almost got enough of that one.
Maybe out in front of it just a little bit on the changeup. I'll tell you what, a gutsy pitch, 3-1, trying to avoid the walk. He throws in the changeup, and just a little bit too quick on the 84-mile-an-hour changeup. Keeps it in the yard.
First and third, 2 down, and Logan Forsythe getting his third look at Trevor Cahill tonight. Last year, very good with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. He was a member of the Tampa Bay Rays a year ago. First year here with the Dodgers for the former Padre, Logan Forsythe. Runner starts and stops at first as that breaking ball miss outside.
Well, Austin Hedges has to get down and dirty right here. Save that run. Got to keep it at a 2-run deficit for San Diego. Any confident catcher will say to his pitcher, hey, if I give you a curveball with the guy on third base, throw it. Trust me that I'll block it.
Forsythe reaching on the error in the first inning, struck out swinging in the third. Cahill with 6 strikeouts tonight. Trying to get out of this jam here in the 5th inning. And a good pitch has Forsythe chasing that 1-2.
See if he goes outside the zone again with 2 strikes.
Runner goes at first, and Forsythe strikes out Cahill on the breaking ball. Gets his 7th strikeout and gets out of the jam. Dodgers lead the pair. LA on top 3-1 at the end of 5. El Cajon Ford and Sergio Romo. So used to seeing him in a Giants uniform. This looks weird.
It looks really weird. And you're going to see a lot of sliders. Sergio Romo does not throw the ball hard at all. With pinpoint control with the slider. Majority of the time down and away to righties. Shocker, first pitch slider at 79. Slider, slider, and more sliders.
Manuel Margot has walked and struck out. 3 for 9 in the first series of the year with a game left to play here tomorrow. 0-2. Last 9 years with the Giants, 2008 through 2016.
He throws kind of like 2, maybe 3 different types of sliders. That one right there had a little bit more hair on it. He'll throw that little frisbee that kind of floats up there. And then that one had the sharp break trying to put away Manuel Margot. Fastball in, shook it off, going back to the old number 3.
And Margot gets a piece. His career right-hander sitting at 187 against the right-hander. That's tough.
That's remarkable. Just goes to show you don't have to light up the radar guns.
Margot, Myers, and Solarte all expected here in this top of the 6th inning with the Dodgers on top 3-1. To left field. Tolles going back to make the catch. Pretty good contact there from Margot, but nothing to show for it. He's out number 1 of the 6th inning.
First baseman Will Myers.
That was a fastball.
So 1 out. Here's Will Myers, his 3rd plate appearance of the night. A strikeout in the 1st, a single to center in the 4th inning. No breeze to speak of as the night goes on here. Flag's pretty still. Driven to left on a line. Holes on the moves. Not going to get there. It's going to one hop up into the seats. A double for Will Myers with 1 out here in the 6th inning. His 2nd hit of the night.
We saw Manuel Margot get a fastball. He flew out sharp to the left field. This was a fastball out of the hand of Sergio Romo trying to tie up Will Myers, but it leaks middle end. He wanted to bury that inside at 88. Yasmani was set up actually in off the plate, and Will quick to that one. Get the hands through, get the head out. With that short fence down there, anytime it hits that warning track, it's a rule book double.
So 1 out. Myers at second base, and Yangervis Solarte 0 for 2 tonight. His first home run of the year here last night against Romo in his career, 2 for 4. Surprised he's not faced him more.
Me too.
Kind of surrounded the plate. Of course, Mark Melancon now closing games for Bruce Bochy in San Francisco. Off to a tough start there. To center field, and Peterson going back onto the warning track to make the catch. Deepest part of the yard back there in straightaway center for out number 2 as Myers able to tag up and move to third. Solarte with a drive, but he is out number 2.
Sounded like it was just off the end of the bat a little bit. It's a changeup from Romo. And watch where he makes contact just out in front off the end of the bat. Not enough to get it out of here.
So 2 outs here in the 6th inning brings up Hunter Renfroe. He homered his last time up. It was off Rich Hill in the 4th inning. Strike 1. Renfroe had 4 home runs last year for the Padres. His first home run of 2017 here tonight. Rich Hill, the starter tonight for the Dodgers, leaving after 5 innings, giving up the 1 run and leaving with a chance to get a win if the bullpen can help him out. Grounder to third. Turner throws out Renfroe and ends the top of the 6th inning. Padres lead Myers. Dodgers lead it 3-1. In the air to left field, struck pretty well. Andrew Tolles going back onto the track in front of the wall, and that ball is gone. Home run for Hunter Renfroe, his first of 2017. In the air to deep left field, down towards the pole. Will it stay fair? Yes, it will. Home run for Yasiel Puig, and the Dodgers have a 3-1 lead. That is our Harrah's game summary as the Dodgers enjoy a 3-1 lead here into the bottom of the 6th inning. And Jock Peterson leads it off. Cahill working into the 6th. 6, 7, and 8 for the Dodgers in the inning.
Just one bad inning. I shouldn't even say it was a bad inning because there was an error. 2 runs in the first and that one pitch to Puig, the changeup. And on a night, quite frankly, to where, Trevor Cahill doesn't have his best location, keeping it close, only trailing by 2. He's thrown some darn good curveballs. At times he's got the 2-seamer, and you know what? That changeup is working nicely as well.
I would call this a gutty performance. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Padres shifting again on the right side. They have it stacked up. Peterson tonight has struck out and walked against Cahill. Now he'll ground one softly back at Cahill. Throws him out for the first out of the 6th inning. Well, what are your options tonight on the Fox Go app?
I tell you what, there's always tons of options. That's the beauty of it. And Padre fans, if you can't catch the games on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app and take Fox Sports San Diego and Padres baseball with you wherever you go. See, I've got the app right there. Just press it. Fox Sports Go.
Our options should be coming up. Last night we had a Ducks option.
Oh, yeah.
We're just getting that circle right now.
Yeah, it's
going
buffering.
Around. Oh! I can't read that.
You can't. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
It's that easy, folks. We got Mavericks Clips, the Clip Show.
The Halos.
Halos swingins'. Speak for yourself with Cowherd and Whitlock. Got a little NHRA.
Are we on there?
Absolutely. Friars Dodgers. UFC.
I think this app could be dangerous for you. Your attention span and all.
Did you say something?
It's outside. Yasmani Grandal batting with 1 out, bases empty. Yes, fly to right, grounded into a 5.63 DP. Fly ball foul down the left field line, out of play. This will be pitch 97 for Cahill of his outing.
And this is big pitch, number 97. Full count.
Into the shift, and it's Solarte in short right with a long throw that gets there in time.
That's a big league hang with him right there.
Right into the shift.
And this copyright telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproducibly transmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
2 down here in the 6th inning, and Yasiel Puig. He homered back in the 4th inning. 1 for 2 night for the Dodgers right fielder. First home run of the season. Went after it. Grounded by the mound. Ibar not going to be able to handle it cleanly. Off the glove and into center. So on is Puig at first base. It'll be a base hit. Ibar had to go a long way to try to knock that down. Did get a glove on it.
Even if he fields that ball cleanly, very slim chances, I think, of getting. Oh, he had it in the glove. It was on the transfer. Puig with good speed down the first base line.
Pitch hitter.
Pitch hitter coming up here is going to be Chase Utley with his introduction. Andy Green starts the walk to the mound. "99 pitches for Cahill, and that will be the night for the Padres' right-handed starter. He departs with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Dodgers on top, 3-1.
MLB TV Premium is back and better than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
A pretty good outing for Trevor Cahill in his Padres debut.
Yeah, kind of doing some talking there in the dugout mechanics with Clayton Richard, kind of motioned over the top, and then kind of when he worked around the baseball, kind of motioning.
Was back a little bit, huh?
Just a little bit, but you know what though? I think he battled tonight. Only a 2-run deficit. Jose Torres inherits 1 runner with 2 outs. Last season, 4 games for the live arm left-hander.
Padres shifting here on the pinch hitter, Chase Utley. There is strike 1 from Torres. Cahill went 5 2/3, allowed 5 hits so far, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. Walked 3, struck out 7, still responsible for Yasiel Puig, who's at first base. And 0-1 to Utley is strike 2. He's coming right after him.
Yes, he is. First pitch breaking ball, second pitch fastball.
And fastball at 95 miles an hour for Torres. Tried to pick up that corner and get Utley to chase. He did not. He's a pinch hitter, 280 for Utley, so used to starting, coming off the bench here in a couple of games for the Dodgers early in the season. That is strike 3. Utley knew it, and he takes with him the first strikeout for Torres. Came in and did his job. We head to the 7th inning. It's a 3-1 LA lead. Alex Wood becomes the third pitcher used by Dave Robertson this game.
16 1/3 last season and more strikeouts, so that's a big key. You know, lefties, that tells me he hit 271, pretty much middle away, so they take him that way. Righties, though, different story. A 235 average, although they hit 4 home runs. Maybe a little high on the walks as well from Alex Wood.
Sergio Romo went an inning, giving up a hit, but no walks, no strikeouts, and no runs allowed by Romo. And Alex Wood, the third pitcher used by Roberts after Rich Hill started with the first 5 innings, only 1 run, and the pitcher of record right now for the Dodgers. Ryan Schimpf, Austin Hedges, and Eric Ibar expected to bat here in the 7th inning. Schimpf has fouled out to the catcher and struck out swinging. Jock Peterson playing for Schimpf to go the other way. Step or 2 towards left center. Shoots it foul, and it's 1-2. Strike 3 call. Schimpf kind of frozen on that one and grabs the corner, and Wood with a strikeout to begin the 7th inning.
Sunday on Fox, the best of NASCAR is coming your way. It's a battle out in the Monster Energy Series from Texas. Last year's winner, Kyle Busch, he's the guy that likes to fight, isn't he? I don't know, one of those guys likes to fight. Looking for a repeat against a hungry field of competitors determined to steal the checkered flag. The Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series action heats up Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific on Fox. Who's the NASCAR guy that likes to?
I don't know. I'm not really.
He's got a short temper. He's been in a couple of scuffles.
You see that from time to time, where guys will chase other guys after races. One out here in the 7th. Austin Hedges has walked and grounded out. You watch a lot of NASCAR?
No, I don't. It is Kurt Busch. Yeah, he likes to fight.
Mix it up a little
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't bump bumpers on the turn.
He'll fight you.
Oh yeah.
Right side, Forsythe ranging, a bobble, still throws and still gets him. As the catcher was running, didn't look like Forsythe was going to have the opportunity to get him after he did not field it cleanly, but he still does. 2 down.
Yeah, that's a tough one. His momentum is going towards right field, the snap throw, and of course the good stretch by Adrian Gonzalez. Austin Hedges busting it down the line. Good recovery from Forsythe.
Did not panic. 2 down here in the inning. Eric Ibar.
And just to button up the Trevor Cahill night tonight, I thought this was pretty impressive. Trevor Cahill and do 16 swings and misses. Not bad for 5 2/3 innings of work. Got some swings and misses on the curveball, the changeup.
To right field, Puig coming in and over, and he'll make the catch. Almost overran that. A 1-2-3 seventh inning stretch, 3-1 Dodgers. Baseball brought to you by Papa John's Pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, proud sponsor of the San Diego Padres. By Petco, your complete pet store with all the nutrition, supplies, and services you need to support the health and well-being of your pet. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealers, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Pinch hitter for the Dodgers to open up the 7th inning, Scott Van Slyke takes strike 1. Torres back on the mound again. Van Slyke in 52 games a year ago hit .225. Already seen him come off the bench for Dave Roberts, and here he is again, this time hitting for Andrew Toles. Foul tipped.
That's some giddy up right there from Torres. Like a whip, that arm.
It's like Seager and Turner anticipated here in the bottom of the 7th. Padres trying to keep it right where it is with a 2-run deficit right now.
Fastball in, get it in there.
96.
And he got it in there.
Saw a lot of Torres during the spring, made 10 spring training appearances. 3 earned runs in 10 innings pitched. 10 innings, 16 strikeouts for the hard-throwing lefty. And a strikeout here, getting Van Slyke for the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning. So he has faced 2 batters, struck them both out. Got Utley, the pinch hitter, to end the 6th. Opens the 7th, getting Van Slyke, the pinch hitter.
Back-to-back pitches from Torres. He hit Austin Hedges' glove very nicely. Look at, he wants to tie him up. The fastball in, can't get extended at 96. The whiff.
1 out here in the 7th, and Corey Seager. A double back in the 1st inning, but then strikeouts in the 3rd and 5th. All that against Trevor Cahill. Fortunately for Cahill, starts this game on the hook after 5 2/3. Pretty good pitching in tonight's game. 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 7 strikeouts in his Padres debut. Fouled off, and it's 1-1. Down the left field line, but it'll make its way foul. No doubt it appears the strength of this Padres team is the bullpen. And we've even seen some of the guys we did not expect really to be part of that strength.
And if Torres can continue to locate that fastball like that, haven't seen much of the breaking ball yet.
Swing and a miss.
There it is right there.
Looked pretty good. 3 strikeouts in a row for Torres. 2 down.
Third baseman number 10.
The sweeping
Justin
breaking ball
Turner.
from the left-hander. Torres is a dandy. And he gets it out there. You'd rather leave it off the plate there rather than the other side, catching too much of the plate. And Corey Seager cannot make contact on that one.
2 down here in the 7th inning, and Justin Turner has popped out to second, flied out to left, and singled to left, and a 1-for-3 night for the Dodgers third baseman. .97. That's the hardest he's thrown yet. Opening some eyes here with this appearance against the Dodgers.
Fastball in. He's thrown that pitch extremely well since being out there tonight.
Oh, 0-2. Struck out Utley, struck out Van Slyke, struck out Seager. Some good hitters he's dealing with here to end the 6th, to begin the 7th, and he's ahead of Turner 0-2.
Another kid in the last 6 years prior to this year spent time in A-ball. Torres toured the whole circuit last year. Lake Elsinore, San Antonio, El Paso, San Diego. And prior to that, A-ball, rookie ball.
23 years old. softly chopped foul. We'll do it again. 1-2.
Tough to square it up, huh?
So far, it has been for the Dodgers.
And you know, the fastball looks kind of straight. And let's face it, anybody, Aroldis Chapman throws 102, 103, 105, whatever. If it's not in the right location, guys get a beat on it, they'll square it up. But he's doing a good job of hitting the corners, especially into righties.
Turner jumping back out of the way. Evens up at 2-2. Turner batting now. Adrian Gonzalez waiting on deck and getting a look at Torres from his spot in the on-deck circle. Kind of cheating over a little bit towards home plate to get a better look. Foul back, still 2-2.
I'm saying stay with the fastball. You have to prove to me that you can hit it. He's fouled it off. He's made him do a little dance, moving his feet a little bit. Fastball away.
Inside out swing and a little bloop to right field. Back goes Myers, and that's going to fall. Turner's headed for second base. The throw there is going to be off the mark, and it's a double for Justin Turner with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Not hit hard and kind of an inside out swing. Myers goes out, Renfroe comes in, and it falls.
He wanted fastball away. He missed the location. It was fastball in, and Turner just fought it off. Watch him fight it off. It's down and in off the plate, down by the label. And Will Myers, he's got to turn. He's even with the bag. He's got to turn name and number to the infield. Now the race is on.
Ball was in the air a long time. 2 outs and Turner in scoring position for Adrian Gonzalez. Pickoff play at second, no throw. Cheating in was Ibar, who thought he had a play.
Yeah, good idea there. Well, with the way the infielders are positioned, Solarte, Ibar, Justin Turner is getting a huge lead at second base. Getting help from third base coach Chris Woodward yelling, "Okay, you're okay, you're okay." And he's a third of the way.
There he goes, taking off for third. The throw down there is going to be late, not even close. He got a major jump and a walking lead.
Good secondary lead, and once that leg came up, he was off. There's the shuffle, there's the leg kick, and you're right, Don. Everything working right for Justin Turner on that one.
90 feet away now with 2 down, the pitch missed, so it is 2-0 now to Adrian Gonzalez.
Such an important run out there for Los Angeles.
On the corner for a strike. Double for Gonzalez in the first, walked in the third before flying out to the warning track in right field in the 5th. Two and two.
When you throw a breaking ball like that to Adrian Gonzalez, watch the frisbee. He's way out in front. Not a good looking hack. That tells you threw a good pitch. Slider. Why not throw him another one?
Gonzalez hits another ground to Solarte. Nice outing for Torres. He gets out of the jam. Turner left at third. We head to the eighth. 3-1 Dodgers. All right, Mike and Mark, thanks very much as we play along here to the eighth inning. And Alex Wood back on the mound for the Dodgers. Pinch hitting is Luis Sardinez in the Padres pitcher's spot, and a two-hopper out to Seager at short for the first out. Throw kind of to the home plate side at first, but Adrian Gonzalez stepping into the runner to grab that, and Sardinez on one pitch retired here in the eighth.
So the Dodger relievers, Romo and Wood, they are attacking these Padre hitters. 22 combined pitches, 19 strikes.
One out here in the eighth inning, and it brings up Travis Jankowski. Struck out looking in the third, flied out to left in the fifth. Alex Wood has retired all four Padres that he's faced since coming into the game. He started the seventh. Schimpf, Hedges, Ibar, and Sardinez. And he jumps ahead of Jankowski, 0-2. Play night baseball tonight, day baseball tomorrow in the finale of this four-game series. Looking forward to seeing Jared Weaver on the mound tomorrow. Matched up against Brandon McCarthy, the right-hander going for LA. Noon start time here tomorrow in the finale. And the Padres head home for the home opener on Friday against the Giants. Full count now. Wood had been ahead, 0-2. Nice catch. Fan in behind the Dodgers dugout in the first row. Brought his glove and makes the grab. Right at you. grounded softly foul.
That's why you bring your glove to the ball yard.
Yeah.
Your guante is your friend. Su guante está su amigo. Or es su amigo, whatever. Just bring it.
Ball 4, and Jankowski a walk with 1 out. He got down quickly 0-2, and he battled there. It's time now for our Carl's Jr. star of the game, and it's the Dodgers starting pitcher, Rich Hill.
He had it working. We talked about the curveball early. Threw it nearly 45 to 50% of the time, mixed in the fastball. It made the fastball look much livelier. A lot of swings and misses, a lot of takes. There's the fastball. After all told, Rich Hill, 5 frames, only 1 earned run.
Popped up left side. Corey Seager, a stride on the outfield grass, makes the catch for out number 2. Tomorrow, Jared Weaver matched up against Brandon McCarthy. Last year, you look at the numbers for both, and of course, Weaver over 30 starts last year. 500 record individually, 12-12.
The main thing there is he took the rock, right? Every
Absolutely.
5th day.
Yep.
We talk about all the injuries for the Dodgers last year. McCarthy was one of them.
So 2 down, runner at first. Here's Will Myers. Myers struck out in the first, singled in the 4th, and a double in the 6th inning. He has 2 of 3 Padres hits in this game. Myers will hit one in the air to left center field. Moving over is Peterson. He'll have room, and he makes the catch out there in left center field. We head to the bottom of the 8th, 3-1 LA. San Diego, presented by Nissan. Well, we head here to the last of the 8th inning, and Miguel Diaz is the 3rd pitcher of the night for San Diego. Padres pitching tonight, 10 strikeouts. Trevor Cahill, the starter, had 7. Zay Torres 3, and now Miguel Diaz into the game.
Yeah, I think with the arms they have out there, they're going to punch a lot of tickets. We mentioned Diaz when he was out there making his debut in Wisconsin, and the classifications that he pitched into prior to this year. Dominican Summer League 2 years, Arizona League 2 years, Wisconsin last year, and what do you know, making his Major League debut right here at Dodger Stadium. 1 1/3, 1 strikeout. It was impressive.
Logan Forsythe leading it off here for LA. Jock Peterson, Yasmani Grandal scheduled to bat in the inning. 5, 6, and 7 here for the Dodgers. That one's by him. He strikes him out at 97 miles an hour.
Well, remember, we talked about Diaz in his Major League debut, opening day here at Dodger Stadium. Jock Peterson was the victim. Breaking ball, we saw the live fastball. He mixed in a changeup as well, and then the two-seam fastball with serious movement. Got it.
Well, he faces only one batter in this game tonight. It's to begin the 8th inning. It's Forsythe, the pitching change for the Padres, trailing 3-1.
Again, April 7th through the 9th against the San Francisco Giants. Tickets to opening day include a free opening day t-shirt. Don't miss one of the most exciting weekends in San Diego. Padres opening series. Get your tickets at Padres.com.
Ryan Buchter into the game for the Padres. As we said, Andy Green wanted to get him in here tonight, and he brings him in here with 1 out to face Jock Peterson.
Hold that Dodger lead to 2 runs. You've got the nasty lefty Buchter. Proved that last year. Lefty on lefty. Wearing the collar tonight, Jock Peterson.
A strikeout, walk, and grounded back to the mound. Flared foul, 0-2. 11 strikeouts for Padres pitching in this game. They trail by 2. Miguel Diaz striking out the only batter that he faced, and Logan Forsythe to begin this, the bottom of the 8th inning. And able to strike out Peterson is Buchter. Make it strikeout number 12 for Padres pitching. 2 down here in the 8th.
Pitcher number 9, Yasmani Grandal.
Oh, a big out for Ryan Buchter and the Padres. So the first pitch, he's challenging with the fastball. Buchter likes to pitch up in the zone. There's the waste pitch. Fastball, freeze fastball, frozen pizza.
2 down for Yasmani Grandal. His fly to right, grounded into a double play, and grounded out to second. Two home runs on opening day for Grandal. It's part of the 14-3 win for the Dodgers in the opener. Dodgers were stymied in last night's game by the Padres, 4-0. Able to shut out the Dodgers. But LA on top here tonight. Looking ahead to the 9th inning. Solarte, Renfroe, and Schimpf 3, 4, and 5 expected for San Diego. Right now, dealing with a 2-run deficit. Kenley Jansen is indeed warming in the pen. As I just mentioned, the 3 that he will face and how they fared against him. Collectively 1 for 9. That'll miss, and it's 2-2. Popped up, foul down the right field line, out of play. Now, if the inning does continue, Puig waits on deck.
Don't throw Grandal a soft breaking ball to speed up his bat for a strike. You better make sure you bounce it towards the back foot if you throw it, or elevate the fastball in. There's a fastball in coming at you.
Popped up, foul ground. Hedges has got a play, and he makes it to end the inning. We are heading to the 9th inning. Solarte, then Renfroe. When we come back, 2017.
And 47 saves last year for the Los Angeles Dodgers. The kid known to have the cut fastball and the slider. There you see the numbers from last year. Minuscule ERA of 1.83, and the strikeouts really jump up. And only 11 free passes in 68 2/3 innings. The averages also against, well, yeah, he's tough. No doubt about it.
Yangervis Solarte, 0-for-3 in the ball game tonight. Leading it off here in the 9th inning, trying to get it started. His first home run of the year here last night to right center field. Solarte taking all the way and taking strike one.
Bloop and a blast to tie it.
Fouled back, 0-2. Last 3 times against the Padres. Solarte chops it to first base, and Adrian Gonzalez for out number 1. Time now for the Bill Howell play of the game. And with him coming up, Hunter Renfroe with a home run in the 4th inning. His first of 2017. For Rich Hill, we got the Padres on the board. At the time, split the lead at half, made it 2-1, but Dodgers made it 3-1 on a home run by Yasiel Puig, and here we are with 1 out in the 9th inning. Strike 1.
There's that cutter. You know, I'm sure that Christian Bethancourt looks at Kenley Jansen and say, hey, why not me? Kenley Jansen was a catcher. Converted to a pitcher and, quite frankly, doing quite nicely in that role.
1-2. Bethancourt appears to have more giddy up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Padres have been held to 3 hits in this game. Swing and a miss. Renfroe strikes out. 2 down in the 9th. Elevated that time.
The pitch seemed to have a little bit more of a strength to it. More straight. Let's check it out. He works around a little bit, not a lot of cut, but stayed straight up in the zone. Went up the ladder, out of the zone. That's tough to lay off.
2 down in the 9th inning. It'll take something from Ryan Schimpf if we are to continue. Grounder to first base. Adrian Gonzalez with a flip to Jensen. That's the ball game. Padres down in order in the 9th inning and drop game 3 of the series to the Dodgers 3-1. What's in store, Mike Pomerantz?